I'm going to give it, and there we go.
Oh.
Good morning and welcome to episode 1197 of Hard Factor. It is Thursday, April 27th, 2023. Thank you for cheating on the news with us once again. Today, I've got entertainment, politics, and a medical miracle you have to hear about in the cup of coffee in the big time.
Man.
Whoa.
I love hearing about science that's doing good.
Oh, yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
You never know with that
believe-
science. Could go either way.
You won't
had an
believe
ar-
what these scientists did. It's impressive.
I had an argument with my dad today about AI and how fucked we are. And, he's fucking retired. He's not going to deal with it.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
was
I talk about that. Retired people should
don't
love
get
it. Retired people should love AI.
They better
Oh,
love it.
yeah.
Yeah, they should love it. Yeah.
He kept citing other instances in the history of technology. He's like, well, Patrick,
The
there was
gun, that's
there-
a pretty big one.
there was a time on, your family was on the Long Island
Computer.
Railroad for a long time, and there was a situation once where a machine was coming and taking an engineer's job, and there was quite a hubbub. I was like, Dad, it's not fucking that, man.
No, we're going to get to some
a little
serious
different.
AI talk in my
He
section.
doesn't. Does your dad get that his former job is going to be probably a robot?
He's
Right.
dropping
No.
AI shit on me like,
No.
I've been working in AI since the middle 80s,
We're
Patrick.
gonna cover AI.
I'm
in
like,
my
why didn't you
section,
stop it,
And I
Dad?
specifically
All right.
have written out who should like AI, and that's generational wealthy people that don't need to work for money, and retired
100.
people, and retired people with ironclad
Yeah.
Social Security and pensions. If you're in those boats,
Well,
you should be
through
rooting for AI.
2038 or whenever it
Yeah,
runs out.
right. But if you're in those boats, I get it. AI is great.
Live it up
If you-
now.
If you're not, then no. Sorry.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll get to that. And
Stupid.
And we're going to get to that on deck because Mark's got a Tale of Two
Yes.
Cities Terminator edition on
That's
deck
right.
where we will discuss the AI. That makes
That's
sense.
right. And the second part of the Tale of Two Cities, take it with a grain of salt. It was in the news, and I tried to spin it. So don't get mad if you have a relative with Down syndrome.
Okay. Hey, I think Down syndrome folks
I love Down
can
syndrome.
be hilarious too, and that's why I like what's
They're in
that?
the
What's
news,
show?
okay?
What do you mean by that, Will?
Chris Libby's show in what's it?
Oh, yeah.
Australia. Remember the main character's got
Lilly?
Down
East Side High.
Chris Lilly.
East Side High. Yeah.
Lily. Yeah, East Side High, and the main character
Down
got
syndrome
Down.
people
He sings
incredibly
the
nice
song. It's
people.
awesome.
Yeah, incredibly friendly, outgoing.
Ooh.
But they're in the news a couple times, so we're gonna talk about them. And
Also,
I
what's
try
the
to connect
Johnny
the dots.
Knoxville? What's the Johnny Knoxville film with all the Down syndrome folks?
oh yeah, the Ringer.
I love it.
Ringer.
Huge fan of that film.
Summer Heights.
But a lot of people can't say that.
Sorry,
So,
yeah.
And,
yeah, Summer Heights High. Love both
yeah.
of those works.
The
We're not
Ringer's
talking.
The Ringer's not bad. It's underrated.
You're right. We're not talking about Bam today, are we? Right?
No.
I didn't put it in the coffee, but
Might as
he's,
well.
Yeah, throw
Bam's
him
on
in
meth. Bam's on
yeah,
meth.
and
Bam's
he's on the
on the
run,
run.
with his girlfriend and his kid apparently. So I didn't want to. It's only been bad news about Bam since we started the show, so I didn't really want to.
Bam on the run.
All right, now we're there. Bam's on the run.
Bam on the run.
Pat's got a little league softball program that's being discriminatory towards the disabled to close this one out in
Yeah.
the hole today.
Yeah. You're not gonna like it, man.
Sounds bad.
Unless you're a Nazi.
Yeah. Okay.
You better
Well,
not
I'm
like it then.
Not gonna like
Essentially,
it.
a softball coach with a disability got yanked from his ability to coach pitch to his girls because, well, you'll find out why.
Okay.
Mm.
Now let's address some live comments before we jump into the show. DJ Bearnuts, who is one of the better, if not, he's a very good live commentator. He always brings some information and knowledge to the show.
Mhm.
He's got his panties in a wad because when I asked for Enrique Palazzo's name in Naked Gun, he gave me Frank Drebin, which everyone knew. I thought, see, I was mad at you, DJ Bearnuts, for thinking I didn't know who Frank Drebin was. That's as a comedian, that's embarrassing. So I guess let's call it a wash. He's mad because I made fun of him for saying that I knew Frank Drebin, right? Which I did. Everyone knows Frank Drebin. But continue to bring the comments. It's just sometimes, they're stupid, like when you said Frank Drebin.
No, I mean, it was a great addition.
Yeah.
King 988. He's trying to figure out the show. He's like, it's kind of weird. Just three white guys talking about the news. I don't know, but hopefully
Let's read it verbatim.
Thank you, King 988. I mean, I appreciate the input.
I'm gonna read it how I think he said it.
Yeah.
Y'all three are cool, but this podcast is just so weird. I don't know. 3 middle-aged white males oddly commenting like a Monday. Lol. Not bad, just different. So
Okay.
All right, fair
I
enough.
thought,
Yeah,
I thought that was good narration.
we'll
I
take
like
it,
it.
bud.
Yeah.
But then he
Take it.
follows up. He goes, kind of like everyday people. I like that one, King. Good point. And then I'm mixed, but I still like it. Also, good. Hopefully we keep
Let's
you. Thank
let's
you.
give
Thank
King
you.
and everyone else the news, man. Let's give him the
Let's do
news. Yeah.
King's
do it.
King's really embracing his username. I'm just saying, he's writing from a perspective of a king.
Yeah.
Just some commoners chatting about the news. 3 fatties.
I like
All right,
it.
let's
It's
go.
putting a little pressure on us. I want to perform for the king. All right,
Yeah.
here we go. Cup of coffee in the big time is up first.
Yeah, cup of coffee in the big time.
And normally, we might do a fun fact or joke of the day here, but there's so much news today. I got to just jump straight into the trends. And trending up, we have The Flash. The second trailer dropped, and people just can't get enough Ezra Miller these days, even though I'm not sure if they ever found that mom and kids who were living at his compound in Vermont. But
Who cares? That
trailer-
movie's gonna be good.
right.
Who
Yeah. The
cares?
trailer is great. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never
so-
seen any of the I don't watch those movies, any of the superhero movies, but Ezra Miller, man, he's compelling on screen just from that trailer, no doubt about it. I see why they're keeping him. But did you guys feel? Again, I'm aware, but I haven't seen him. Did you guys feel like maybe DC heard that Marvel was doing a multiverse thing with Spider-Man, and then
Right, because there's
the
a
That's what they're
Avengers,
doing.
Batman.
That's what they're doing. Yeah.
yeah, and then
Yeah.
came like a year and a half later with that situation?
The multiverse does feel a little bit late. I'm not gonna lie in the trailer,
Yeah,
but
Michael Shannon as General Zod's coming back. Come on.
Michael
love Michael
Keaton's all
Shannon.
up with that motherfucker
Michael
though.
Keaton's in it.
Keaton.
Come on.
two great Michaels acting in that one, and yeah, I mean, I think it's like people are just pretty much forgetting about the whole compound days with Ezra Miller because they want to see the Flash.
He gets a pass if it's as good as the trailer looks.
Well, I didn't see the other
It's
movie
trending
that
up.
the,
That's what I'd say.
that the guy who was beating his wife, who was doing the army commercials, was
Yeah.
in. Like he was the bad,
The
he's the bad guy in
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man, right?
Right. Well, he and he was supposed to be the new Thanos, or he was going
But
to.
he got dropped.
in the
Jonathan
Avengers
Majors.
and all that
Not
stuff.
necessarily, William. Not necessarily. They're
Yeah,
waiting.
for
he's
now,
fighting it.
They're kind of delaying it. We're going to see if he's going to Ezra
Fighting
Miller.
it,
But
it's
we
looking
talked
like-
about that on the Hive Hour, Pat. That movie was garbaggio. So that's that
movie's
Ant-Man
bad.
movie was trash. So that's a problem
It's
for him.
one of the lowest rated movies of all time, especially for a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, compared to my movies, you'll be surprised.
Well, it seems like the Flash is gonna. I mean, it's trending up. People are excited about this. Got a lot of buzz around it.
Yeah,
Trending
I used to think that was
down.
trending up.
Trending down is sadly Arsenal. For those who are the fans of the footy, the EPL. Arsenal had the EPL season title pretty much locked up until they went on a recent losing skid that included getting whomped by Man City once again on Wednesday, pretty much ending their hopes.
How
of
many goals
lifting.
did Holland have? Or what's his name?
I think a couple. I mean, it was
Yeah.
like 3-0. I think I didn't even check. I
no.
just saw that it was just a bloodbath.
If you're
Mark,
not
do you know the
talking
name?
minors, I don't want to hear it.
Do you know the name of the EPL Cup? By the way, is it like got a cool name like the Stanley
Oh,
Cup
the
or
winner
is
of
it
the EPL? No, I have
Is
no
it the
idea.
Lions Cup or some shit?
Lions Cup?
Probably.
Ooh.
Hunan Lion. Hunan.
Champions Cup.
Better
I don't
run,
know,
bro.
but they're not going to lift it, Arsenal, so they're trending down. And a trending mention that we haven't discussed, but it has been something we should discuss is Jamie Foxx's health. So one of the funniest and most accomplished actors in recent years, Jamie Foxx suffered multiple strokes and high blood pressure related events while on set in the UK last week. And some reports say he had to be medically revived in the process. But he's also apparently responsive and recovering in a Georgia
good.
hospital now. So hope he's okay. But it's scary because Jamie Foxx, he's always been in pretty good shape, and he's only 55 years old. And this is all just
Right.
due to chronic high blood pressure.
Yeah, he's
Right.
intense though, man. He's intense.
Right. The fucking, you know how like sometimes a story just follows you around the internet, even though it's old, because it's some like bullshit publication trying to snake you in based on what your preferences are. I keep getting followed by this story. Cameron Diaz considers quitting acting again after Jamie Foxx had a meltdown. That was back in March. Right?
What does that have to do with anything?
I get. Well, I'm saying
they
back
together?
in March. No, they're acting in a movie together.
Oh.
But Cameron Diaz has been out the game for a while, banging that one of those Charlotte gentlemen. And I guess she got back in the
wow.
game in this
Right.
Jamie Foxx
Charlotte.
movie that they're filming. He had a freak out apparently.
Oh, no.
I got nothing but nice things to say about Jamie Foxx from what I hear. I think I hear he's a very
He's
good dude.
he's fucking
He's so
hilarious.
funny,
he's
man.
fucking hilarious.
I
but he's-
loved his show. His show was
he's,
great.
he's so intense that he definitely has high blood pressure and he's intense. He's always been intense.
He's funny though.
He puts
He's
on a hell of
extremely
a
funny.
celebrity basketball game.
Yeah.
Friend of the show, Trinidad James, went and played in it. It was apparently electric.
And then he brought him back to his house and played.
And
some-
TJ's
Yeah,
like,
and
TJ's
got
a good basketball player. Yeah.
studio in his house, man.
Yeah.
Come on, Jamie Foxx is the man, bro.
I agree. Jamie Foxx is
He's
the man.
He's recovering.
Hope he
so
recovers, yeah.
we're happy he's recovering. You know, he's also like one of those superhero characters, like the Jeremy Renner. So hopefully there's 2 good feel good bounce backs
There you
coming
go.
out of those. And speaking of health scares, Turkish President Erdogan, I forget his first name. but his
Talking
last
about
name's
high
Erdogan.
blood pressure.
Erdogan.
Rogan.
That's a dictator
Erdogan
name.
is how they
Okay.
pronounce it, I think, but it's spelled Erdogan. And
Sounds-
also, Pat, I think you may have been right about the Lions Cup. And also, some people are saying the Carbano Cup. I don't know. Lions Cup.
I just took a
cooler
guess because the lion is their mascot of EPL. It's like the
What a dude! If that was a trivia question, your team would have got it right, which we need
Yeah.
to set up one soon. Yeah.
Oh,
pretty
right.
estimator.
Yeah.
Let's set that up. We'll set that up. We're setting that up, everybody. Don't worry, we didn't forget. Okay. Speaking of health scares, Turkish President Erdogan, that's how they pronounce it, is reportedly in critical condition after suffering a heart attack on Wednesday. And here is the clip
Via
from Turkish
poison.
News.
Yeah.
Well, potentially. That's the rumor on the street, Mark.
Yeah.
He had
yeah.
met with a Russian official apparently earlier in the day. Here's
Uh-huh.
the clip from Turkish News where he had to leave the set. He was so uncomfortable. He had to leave the set, and then I guess he got rushed to the hospital right afterwards. Here you go. Check it out. So he answers a question. He's just sitting
Hasan
there.
Öztürk.
He
Sayın
looks a
Cumhurbaşkanım,
little
iki
shook.
soruyu birleştirip sormak istiyorum. Çünkü
Looking around
konuyla
for help.
da ilgili devamı olsun diye.
He's got
Birincisi,
a Fisher
kabinemizdeki
Stevens vibe
bütün,
from Succession. He
bakanlar
looks
şu
sick
anda
as
aday.
shit.
Bir iki
Right.
don't know.
Yeah, he does. He doesn't look like he feels well.
Doesn't look like
Seçim
the
sonrasında,
poisoned underwear, gift
kazandığı
underwear is
takdirde,
sitting well with him.
No, the
onlardan
reporter's just
tekrar
talking
bakan
and like
görür müyüz?
not noticing anything.
Bir de seçimden sonra kabinede
And then you'll hear. Hold on.
olacak mı diye sormak istiyorum. İkinci soruda Zahit
Is that
Bey'in
his
sorusuna
breathing?
ilave olsun diye
Yeah,
söylüyorum.
it's him.
You put a long head on this one, Willie.
Ama bu paketler
Yeah.
içerisinde
Watch.
For language we don't understand.
taahhütler
Right, right. But watch, you'll see.
bize ipuçları verir misiniz?
See, so he's not answering.
Mr. President.
Now you hear his chair move. He's gone. So Erdogan right here, and the reporter's like, "What the fuck do I do?" He starts like, stand up, sit down. They cut the feed.
He's like, was my question too long? What's
Yeah, like, did I piss you off? Is that
Yeah,
why
yeah.
you're getting up? No, turns out he was having it seems like a heart attack. That's what the Chinese news was reporting. And that he's in critical condition. His family's being asked to come to the hospital. And as Mark said, there are reports swirling that he had met with a Russian official earlier in the day. And there was videos of Russian President Vladimir Putin speeding back to the Kremlin shortly after he had been hospitalized.
yeah, to fucking party, to
Right.
pop bottles. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the successful poisoning.
I'll tell you what. It's got to be like it's terrible, right? That you could get poisoned at any time if you're a leader of any country east of the Mississippi. But it's got to be sweet to be able to wear a fresh pair of underwear every day. Like that's like sorry,
That's part of the risk.
Taxpayers got to pay for it. I can't be wearing underwear that's not fresh out of the package. Like you got to open that underwear,
Gotta be
put it
But
on.
how did they get it on his underwear today? Because if he had the
know,
fresh
Will.
pair.
Russians are clever.
Good question.
Yeah. All I got to say is. It's just a little weird because there's no like explanation for it.
I
He's
thought they were
NATO. He's a NATO world leader, and there's no explanation for why he's suddenly
I
hospitalized.
thought he was cool with Putin though, no?
We kind of hope he dies, right?
he lives in between those two worlds. You know, he's like
Depends on yeah, okay. all right.
Turkey is an original NATO member, and he also though has deals with Russia, China, and everywhere else because he's in the middle of Eurasia. You know, he's geographically
So if he's friends with Putin and
friends adjacent. I don't think it's like total.
and Putin potentially poisoned him,
He's not partners like
what's going on? Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Yeah,
But isn't Turkey like they rank dogs above women or something over there, right?
Cats, dude. They're big into
Cats
cats.
are above women.
Yeah, cats are huge. One of the reasons I'm kind of pro Turkey is how the movie Kedi, which is cat in Turkish, and they just like there's just cats running around, and they're like everyone's cats, and they don't have like for vet bills, like the entire community kind of just pitches in and takes care of the vets, takes care of the cats.
Oh, and they have
So
like
sweet.
great teas, right?
Oh yeah, they're
And then they have
shirtless
to deal-
dudes and
They
like
have to deal with all the earthquakes,
drinking a bunch of tea, smoking hookahs, hanging out with
Yeah.
cats.
Yeah, it seems like a great time, honestly.
I
But
get it.
not for Erdogan right now, because he is underwear poisoned, probably by the Russians. I mean, who knows? Who knows what happened? But that's what the rumor. That's like the social media rumor I saw. I didn't see. I mean, and that's the weirdest part is what I'm saying. There's like no official reporting on it in America yet. Like, so all you can see is like what other people are saying about it. But it seems
he might be
clear.
Erdogan. You know what I mean? He might be
right.
dead.
So,
Yeah.
So
Put that on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Strange.
Erdogan.
situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
That's a health scare right
let's
there.
move on from this
Russian
international. We don't
underwear
know shit
poisoning.
about this.
And speaking of health scares, the World Health Organization. I had a segue lined up for you, Pat. Speaking of health
try it
scares,
again. Try it again. Fuck shit.
Speaking of health scares, the World Health Organization has issued a warning of a high biohazard risk in Sudan after a lab containing viruses was seized by warlords from the Rapid Support Forces, RSF, earlier this week in the capital city of Khartoum. And the lab contains measles, cholera, and other viruses that I guess could be unleashed to humans if the warlords so desire. And I had producer Eric.
It sounds like a sci-fi. It sounds like a sci-fi flick, dude.
This is what the AI drew up. Check it out. It says this is what it looks like when a warlord takes over.
I have no idea what you just
lab.
said. The last 4 sentences were over my head.
Well, so here's what's going on. Sudan is like in total ruin right now.
It was
right?
pretty simple.
The
warlord took over a lab that has
warlord took over a biochemical lab and is going to okay.
Mark, because it was there. And then you got to call your smartest guy in your war gang, and you got to say, "Hey, what do we do with this?"
No, it's real. This is for real. And then the AI drew up this picture. I thought the bottom one kind of looks like Snoop Dogg, and I mean, thought it was funny to me. Thinking
bottom
like
right's
Snoop
a
Dogg
little
was a
Snoop Doggy.
Sudanese warlord, you know. But,
old Snoop Dogg, yeah.
We need Snoop Dogg
with a mustache.
Yeah,
and glasses.
I bet he's pretty popular in Sudan. We got to get Snoop Dogg in like Dennis Rodman style to shut this dude down.
From the inside.
Yeah.
When was the last?
We sent Snoop over.
I mean,
I'm not the latest celebrity defector.
Yeah. Oh, of course. I'm so worried about it. I don't even want to compute it. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, so this is like a COVID level warning for you. You're like, this could be another big lab.
I'm sick right now, and like I've got the runs. I have a fever.
You were early on COVID, so now I'm worried too. Because at first I thought this was kind of funny.
I don't like any of this biochemical.
These are great pictures of warlords standing there with like
I wouldn't worry about
hazardous materials.
Look at Pat. Looks like he's in witness protection.
Yeah, what are the feds scrubbing your identity?
That's how we dress over here in Jersey.
He's blurred out.
No, you're blurred out. You're like
your internet. Yeah.
Saying my connection's unstable, or
it's very unstable.
Is it? It appears so. Fun fact about the EPL. Producer Eric said Erling Haaland broke Mo Salah's record for the most goals, 32. In a 38-game Premier League season against Arsenal, and he had 2 assists and 1 goal. Holy shit! So he just absolutely beasted on Arsenal.
Wow!
Yikes! He has a total of 49 goals in 42 games.
Good pickup for them.
Yeah, he's on track. He could beat Messi's 91 goals. Whoa! If he keeps up this crazy. Okay,
so Man City's 2 points away with a couple games left. That was a big win. They've won 5 in a row, and Arsenal's 1-3 and 1.
Oh yeah, Man City's like taking the crown, right? I mean, it's like done.
Blowing it, yeah.
Yeah. So Khartoum, crazy stuff. Mark, it worries me that you're worried about the lab leaks. So
look, it's the first I'm hearing about it, but it didn't sit well with me right now. So I don't know. I'll just have to look into it. I'll let you know.
We'll have to keep our eye on it.
Yeah.
Pat, are you okay? Are you?
No, bro.
Chilled?
Did you see The Rock?
Yeah, exactly.
The
movie. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, like, unless you're like a highly trained professional, you get a bioweapon in your hands, and you're gonna most likely end up vaporized.
Right, probably, or you're gonna try to pull off a ransom.
That's the movie where he says losers do something and winners fuck the prom queen. Right?
Go home and fuck the prom queen. He goes, my wife was the prom queen.
Yeah, that's the best line in the movie.
Great. It's the whole movie, really.
Yeah,
great film. And speaking of lab leaks, President Xi Jinping of China did indeed finally have that phone call with President Zelensky of Ukraine about trying to end Russia's invasion in Ukraine this week. Xi claimed that China would, quote, neither watch the fire from the other side nor add fuel to the fire, let alone take advantage of the crisis to profit, unquote, which I'm pretty sure is a run-on sentence. And that's also despite getting caught shipping weapons to Russia and increasing trade with Russia to record highs during their invasion of Ukraine. So kind of like not exactly, he's saying they won't do what they are doing. So that's a little bit suspect. And then Zelensky said the call was, quote, long and meaningful, and that he plans to now appoint an ambassador to China.
Oh, wow.
And China
his least favorite dude.
Yeah.
We'll see. That might come with some good perks. I mean, think about all the checks they've cut to U.S. politicians. And China said that it will send negotiators to Ukraine and, quote unquote, other countries, I wonder who that could be, to focus on a potential political settlement of the war.
So if China gets credit for fixing this, do we get our money back?
No, we've drained our strategic oil reserve and sent all of our
and China's going to get the credit.
Yeah, if they end it. John Kirby of the U.S. Says that Biden's admin says that he doesn't think this will end the war. He doesn't give it much of a shot. But President Xi of China is fresh off a peace agreement between Iran and Saudi Arabia. That
he's on a heater
either. And we'll see if he can pull this one off too to end the war. It would be crazy. And as Mark said, that would be the full swoopsie doopsie on the whole oil reserve drain, ammunition gone, and no credit for anything. That would be the full swoopsie doopsie.
That would be embarrassing. That would be embarrassing.
It would be one of the biggest international swoopsie doopsies of all time, pulled up by one leader on another. It would be insane. And speaking of deals, how does this deal sound to you? You get 150 sodas delivered to your door for the price of simply answering the door.
My choice, or
no? I'll be honest with you. Sodas are like cigarettes to me, okay. Willie. They're like cigarettes. Where like I drink them, and I loathe them, right? So I buy like one soda at a time.
I got you.
They keep
to avoid the sugar,
but they keep forever. Now, can I be assured that some of them have caffeine?
Some will, but a lot of Gatorades though.
Then I'm answering.
You can water down a Gatorade.
I'm answering the door.
And you could do a little bit of watered down Gatorade, half and half. You ever try that? Ice a Gatorade. Put a Gatorade over ice. It cuts the calories a little bit. More hydration. Anyway, something to think about. But it's a deal. I think it's a deal that most people would take. And that's what happened to one Australian woman who received 150 drinks, different varieties, from 30 DoorDash orders over 3 days taken to her door. But she didn't order any of these.
That's unusual.
Yeah. Take a listen.
How have I had 31 bags of Gatorade and Powerade delivered to my door in 2 days? So it all started yesterday when I got a knock at the door. There left was a bag of 4 times Powerade. I didn't think much of it, but then 5 minutes later, it happened again and again and again. Throughout the afternoon, there were different flavors and different bags, all 4 of its kind. Up until 8:30 that night, I had 21 bags of Powerade and Gatorade. I didn't know what to do. But then the next day, the cycle started again. I now have 31 bags, and it's been 2 days.
At least it wasn't all sport, you know?
Dude, the blue Gatorades are so money. But, what?
Yeah.
You got to assume that bodily harm is coming shortly thereafter, right? Like at what point, in all seriousness, this is weird as shit, but in all seriousness, put yourself in her position.
Or it's a challenge. Or it's a challenge to a marathon or something. You better hydrate.
So what I thought, Pat,
girl, you better get hydrated because you're gonna run.
Because we're gonna climb a mountain soon.
Because I'm gonna be chasing you.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so. Here's a couple extra details that might help you figure it out. On the 3rd day, so it happened for 2 days that you saw there, and there was mostly like Powerades, right? Yeah. And on the 3rd day, Pat, the drinks changed to Cokes and Coke Zeros and Fantas and Mount Franklin bottles, but then it stopped after the 3 days. So what I was thinking was like,
in your 20s, you were skinny. In your 30s, you started drinking sodas and
maybe. But I was thinking there was like a 3-day event somewhere, and they just kept ordering it to the wrong location.
What if she did it and she's just wanted to make a TikTok video?
Right. You ever see like a fucking
maybe.
video where someone's cooking something dumb, like with an egg in the middle of a dish? They're putting all these ingredients in. There's an egg there. And like the whole point is so you watch it and the text says, what was the egg even for? Right. And then, and you're like, oh, they fucking wasted an egg for a fucking video because that's the universe we live in now.
How much
right?
does 80 power, 150 sodas cost? $200?
That's
Do
dude
the
over
math,
DoorDash
Mark.
for 30
Yeah.
orders.
Oh yeah,
the
that's
delivery
true.
fees.
Probably $500. Yeah,
The delivery fees. That's a lot of money.
not worth
That's a lot
doing
of
a video. Yeah.
This has to be a bot glitch. Okay, it's one of two things.
You're on
Psycho,
the line, Pat. You're on the line.
Psycho or bot glitch? Because
Not a psycho. You're on the line with bot glitch. What I think it is, I read a bunch of suggestions, but the best guess I read for what happened was that people do this. They order DoorDash orders with stolen credit card numbers to test to see if the credit card works. And so it was probably somebody testing a bunch of stolen credit cards.
Shit.
And then they changed up the order a little bit once they thought it was hot, and then they changed addresses after like she posted.
There's
the
no
TikTok
way.
video, probably.
There's no way. That's I mean that's plausible, Will, for 3 bags. But if you're a con artist and you're doing your diligence, right, to test the credit card, then you're not gonna fucking run 60 bags of soda to some lady's house.
Unless
right?
they
You're
were
gonna shift
test-
after 3 bags
No.
to the next address or whatever.
Unless instead of credit cards, it was gift cards they were testing.
I don't know, man. It seemed like the most plausible explanation to me. There's a lot
They had,
out
like
there.
a stack of gift cards.
The Australian lady who posted that is at Karis Marafs at Karis Marafs, CARISMARAFS.
Don't give her at because
on TikTok. If you want to see more, dude.
Yeah.
You think that this is fake? You think that's totally trumped up?
I think she's talking to her accountant, being like, "Okay, well, what does 500 fucking Powerades cost?" The accountant's like, "Hey, well, I don't know, fucking $1,600 or some shit." And then they're like,
How many
okay,
views
what
does
can I
that have,
monetize
Will?
a TikTok? Right, exactly.
Millions,
All right, they're doing
Millions.
a profit loss statement on this motherfucker, man. That's what I'm saying to you.
I don't know, man. I think that
You're smarter than this, machine lord.
I want to believe that it was she. She honestly got a bunch of drinks for free. Jim McClincy says at least she didn't get dismembered by the MS-13. Yeah, she doesn't have a whole lot. You're
Free
right.
drinks is a lot better than
You're right, Jim.
dismemberment. Yeah.
Coincidentally, that's why I didn't do any of the REITs or DoorDash dismemberment stories. That there's multiple of.
Was
this week.
she a
There's
diabetic? Was she a diabetic, Will?
There's also others, Jim. If you want to look into it, there's even more gruesome. Like, well, not more gruesome. How could you get more gruesome than
This makes me feel
dismemberment? But
really good about my second job door dashing.
We got to get Mark a piece.
Yeah.
there's some bad ones out there this week, Jim. If you want to look into them, we're not going to talk about them today. We only got more good news in this cup of coffee.
What kind of gun will we get, Mark? Do you think?
Oh, Mark's gun.
If we were going to pitch in on a gun for Mark,
380. I think Mark's a 380 man.
that's a big gun. I mean,
No,
he's
it's
got
not.
to be.
That's a small count.
Okay,
That's like
give me-
that's a small. I think Mark's a 9mm, 380 to
Taser.
9mm.
Give me a taser, bro.
Okay.
Taser. Okay,
Yeah.
380 or
Yeah.
taser.
Yeah.
But one of the
380.
ones that shoots the taser, so he can
Sure,
have a
yeah,
distance.
taser. Well, I'll take both. I'll take 2 tasers, one in each hand. The one that shoots, and then the one that like.
How are you going to carry the food, dog?
cattle prod? Well, look, they're in a belt. I'm gonna need a belt.
You know what we could
Yeah,
get you, Mark?
First things first,
We-
utility belt.
Utility
we
belt.
could get you a real gun, but only rubber bullets.
Okay.
No, because then he's going to know. It's going to mess with his confidence. He's
Yeah,
going to know.
I'll stick with the utility belt and the shocking.
Guns on
All
the
right.
way, Mark.
Yeah.
Come on. It's good news. Let's get away from all the Uber.
Yeah.
Delivery driver murder.
It's the new trend. Just them.
I tried to stay away.
Yeah.
Okay, which brings more good news in this cup of coffee in the big time.
The cream of the crop.
And like I said at the top of the show, we've got a medical miracle so big today that it has risen to the cream of the crop. And you're about to find out why, because in the first ever medical case of its kind, completely unique, a woman has successfully had her clitoris saved from the
Thank God.
ravages of a bullet wound.
Someone
I thought it was
shot her in the
born-again
clit.
thing.
You're correct, Mark.
Why?
What
Directly
kind
in
of
the clit.
what kind of aim?
Was she
I
a
know they say
DoorDash
aim
delivery?
small,
Was
but
it DoorDash?
It was
that's a marksman.
Yeah.
You're right, Pat. Except they had a little help. They had a little help from a wall. A little redirection there. You heard me right. A woman's clitoris was saved by having a bullet removed from it, only in Somalia, right? You know.
Oh,
Am I
that's
right?
where they take clitorises off, man.
Well, in
That's
Somalia,
one way
they
to
also
take them off.
They also have street wars, Pat, between the different warlords and whatnot. I guess it's, similar to Sudan where they
Right.
took over the biolab or something. But in Somalia, they have these street wars and bullets will go through walls. And so they'll hit you, but they don't hit you at a high speed. So they'll get lodged in your skin. And that's what happened here. The case is so remarkable that it was published in the International Journal of Surgery Case Reports, which states, to the best of our knowledge, this is the first wayward bullet injury penetrating the vulvar area, the outer part of the female genitals, with a retained bullet inside the clitoris. And so the 24-year-old,
unlike me, the bullet found the clitoris.
Did it split? Did it split the clit?
It did not, because it was, like I said, came through a wall, so it didn't have any type of like really impact with it, thankfully. So it just sort of lodged itself inside her clit. The 24-year-old victim apparently caught the cooch bullet as a stray that came into the living room from outside. She was just chilling, watching TV.
Her
Boom,
husband,
bullet in the clit.
her husband beat her shortly thereafter for being a slut.
Oof, hopefully not. I mean, yeah, it's already tough enough with a bullet in the clit.
Yeah.
You don't want to.
She told
you don't
me-
want to.
Don't think I don't know.
She told him to suck the bullet out of her.
Don't think I don't know what you're
blamed
doing.
for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. A tragic incident, obviously, which the scientists said this about. They said, we thought it to be rare and interesting, but thankfully it struck her at a low velocity, or her health could have been in jeopardy. And the unnamed 24-year-old woman and her bulletproof clitoris are just fine months after the attack. So they're doing just fine, thankfully. Her and the clit.
Is she going to be less stimulated though now, or more?
No.
Stimulated?
No.
It's all good.
She's good.
All right, there you go. That solves the question: can women take a ricochet shot to the clit? And the answer is yes.
They
No
can.
problem.
There
No
you go.
problem.
The clit can take a bullet.
Yeah.
It did answer the age-old question.
Yeah.
In related
Do you
vaginal,
think she's
gun
embarrassed
news-
about the size of her clit, though?
Well, she might be like, it's not that big. It's not as big as you think. It was a great shot. Like
Did
you
I
were
not,
saying,
did I not
yeah.
put up the picture? It's not that big. Look,
Well,
That's about the size of a big clit.
that's the bullet. I mean, the clit. I don't see
Can't
it
really
hanging down or
tell.
anything.
I can't really tell by that.
Will, you're
picture.
putting up an X-ray photo, like literally
maybe
where you
it
can't
looked
see
normal.
skin.
Yeah.
Look normal.
There's no bone in the clitoris that I know of.
You can
Again.
see that bullet right in the clit, though. It's right there.
Okay.
I don't see a
Alright.
huge clit. I see a big bullet.
Mm-hmm.
It's an unflattering X-ray.
It certainly
Yeah.
is, but not the vaginal area. I would
Yeah.
say that.
No, that
In related vaginal gun news, Dextero reports that a Counter-Strike global offensive pistol is being sold for over $1,300 real US dollars right now because players think the skin looks like a vagina. You can see it there, guys, on the back of the gun.
the site.
The sight, they believe the I don't know what that's called. The
That's
butt.
a video game gun, right? Is that what's
Yeah,
going
correct.
on there?
The butt of the slide, they believe, looks like a vagina, and so they are buying it for $1,300 real US dollars.
Let me take a look. I've seen some of these.
Vaginas,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I don't know.
right there in the middle. Do you think that looks like a vagina?
Well, it's small. I mean, anything that is shaped like two parentheses, it's like could be a vagina, right? Like,
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know if
But,
I'd spend. I don't know if I'd spend $1,300 for it. I get what I get what they're seeing, but I don't think
Mm-hmm.
it's like. I don't think it's like a slam dunk vagina gun. Sorry.
That's a waste
You
of
get
$1,300.
so psyched every time you pull the trigger too, because the way the action works on the gun, it's
Just
like the
jiggles.
vagina's going away from you and then
Yeah.
coming right back at you.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
comes right at me, bro.
You're holding the gun
Um,
at your face.
I paid $1,300
No. Oh.
for this gun that looks like a vagina, bro. It's coming at me. It's the
Pistol
nerdiest
whipping-
shit of all
Pistol
time.
whipping yourself. Why are you pistol whipping yourself?
I just love the way it feels, bro.
What's that guy doing on our team? He keeps pistol whipping himself.
Dude, you're buying a $1,300. Apparently, the equivalent gun in this game is $1, and so
Wow.
people are paying the $1,300.
That's one of those
Wow.
things. That's one of those things that like snowballed. Like, yeah.
Man, well, after losing the entirety of my life savings in crypto, I'm like, I've been kind of out of it. But what games are currently hot in terms of having like real dollar marketplaces.
I
for
guess
IA.
Counter-Strike Global Offensive. I'm sure World of Warcraft too.
I'm
World
playing
of
Final
Warcraft?
Fantasy 12, the Zodiac Age from 2010. So I don't know.
Yeah.
$1,300 for that. It didn't even look like a vagina. I'll be honest.
You could get a real vagina for that.
You could.
You
Pretty
really
good one.
could. You really could. Yeah, very attractive.
Pretty good one.
Check out the bunny ranches in Nevada. I mean,
1,300
If you're
gets
into
you
that kind of
a weekend at the Bunny Ranch.
to get you a good time.
Yeah.
And that's today's cream of the crop, which was brought to you by our sponsor, BetterHelp, who are the cream of the crop themselves in the therapy world. That's what I would say. BetterHelp is an easy way to connect with an online therapist so you can spend a little time focusing on yourself for a change and, talking through whatever you happen to be struggling with at any time with your therapist. That's the beauty of therapy. You can just get help with whatever you need or just, say whatever you want and bounce it off somebody. I use BetterHelp and it's fantastic. Getting to bounce your problems or concerns off a qualified professional who can give you good tips on how to improve things is helpful to absolutely anybody in the world. And that's what BetterHelp does. And that's why they're awesome, because it's just helpful for anybody. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist, and they do a great job matching you, and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. Find more balance with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/hardfactor today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/hardfactor.
Nice. Eric says that Valorant is the hot game, and I believe that's what Wes's son is always playing when he blames the internet.
Valorant? Okay.
Yeah.
So is your son already playing video games, Pat? Is that what's going on?
No, bro.
No.
You can't, we're barely getting him to shit in the right places, dude.
No,
So
yeah.
We're ways away.
Yeah.
It's me, Al Green says Pat is broadcasting from behind the fence. Gene Hackman had an enemy of the state.
Great movie. Enemy of the State. Great movie. All right. Now it's time for A Tale of Two Cities, Terminator Edition. Totally makes sense, right? Pat dropped.
Shit.
Pat dropped. He's embarrassed. He's
no.
embarrassed. He's gonna go check to see what video games his son's playing. He's back. Okay. This one. Oh, you look great. You look great, Pat.
Yeah,
Yeah, I just need to reload. I
Just
knew
a
it.
little, just a little reload. This one, as the title explains, is a bit out there, so buckle up and try not to get offended. I'm going to say some shit and just, stay calm. Just deal with it. First up, meet Dr. Isaac. Dr. Isaac Cohane. He's a physician and computer scientist and total nerd from Harvard. Ever heard of it? Professor at Harvard. Yeah. He's also the co-author of the book that I would definitely never read, The AI Revolution in Medicine.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So robot doctors.
Hold on.
Yep.
Okay. The subtitle on that is ChatGPT 4 and Beyond First Edition.
Yep.
I'm a little suspicious about that, right? You crank a book about medicine.
You might
with
notice it's got one review.
Right, GPT-4 in the subtitle there that quick. You got to think maybe AI wrote that book.
Yeah, Pat. It probably could have, because it praises the how it's going to be involved in medicine. It's got 5 stars with a total of 1 rating on Amazon Books, and it looks like it's got a foreword or a quote from Bill Gates at the top, which I included in the screenshot.
Oh, really?
It says the development of AI is as fundamental as the creation of the personal computer. It will change the way people work, learn, and communicate, and transform healthcare, but it must be managed carefully to ensure its benefits outweigh the risks. I'm encouraged to see this early exploration of the opportunities and responsibilities of AI in medicine. Yours truly, Bill Gates. Totally not a polarizing guy. And you'd have to buy the book to find out what the smart nerd is saying about AI in medicine. But
but how did, to Pat's point, GPT-4 came out, 2 weeks ago?
Well, look, he cranked it out a couple months.
How many months ago? But it's
enough to write. I mean, this book could be
50
50 pages. This doesn't necessarily need to be
right. That one guy wrote that book about himself while he was a fugitive on the run, trying to make public opinion about him better before he got apprehended.
Right.
That's
true.
It's a quick hitter, but he does give you a few cliff notes. He wants you to buy the book, but he's been doing some interviews with Dr. Isaac, and he does say this about ChatGPT. Basically says it's as smart or smarter than most U.S. doctors currently, because he says GPT-4 can pass the U.S. medical exam licensing test with flying colors as it answers questions correctly more than 90% of the time, which is better than a lot of
It
doctors.
obviously can pass every test.
It also, but
flawlessly.
also, Dr. Isaac claims that after giving GPT-4 just a few key details and symptoms about a medical case, the machine was able to correctly diagnose a 1 in 100,000 condition, something that is only diagnosed in 1 in 100,000 people, and he barely gave it any information, and it nailed the diagnosis.
What about bedside
He
manner?
said just as it doesn't have any bedside manner, but it knows
Doesn't
exactly.
matter. You have a human do the bedside manner part,
Yes.
and you have the AI do everything
That's
else.
the thing. You have
Right.
that's the future of doctoring. Is you have
Hold on.
you have a bedside manner doctor and the AI doctor, which is 10 times better than doctors.
I mean, we got
Already.
those dogs that can sniff cancer. We're
Already.
not putting lab coats on them. You know what I mean?
Look, maybe we should.
Dude, the
but
robots don't need.
they're
lab
taking
coats.
doctors' jobs.
Yeah.
Clearly, he said, "This is just as I would with all my years of studying experience. It's as good as I am as a doctor." So doctors
Good.
are finished. See you later, doctors.
I'm kind of all
Well-
about that. I mean, like, I like a doctor, I respect a doctor in theory, but generally your experience with a doctor is like shitty, right? You're intimidated. They think they know everything. You're telling them how you feel. They're like, yeah, I'll tell you how you feel, and then I'll bill you. Except in our case, we never saw them because we couldn't afford them.
You know what's sad is that I think about this show right
Doctors.
here. I think about our job, this show, and then I visualize us as funny looking robots.
Yeah.
Doing the same shtick, and I think it would be hilarious.
No, Will, we're human.
Yeah.
We're
Four
human.
humans.
HI, bro.
You
Carbon.
could see the
HI.
draw. You could see the draw because I mean,
Carbon created content or
Stop that.
carbon-based
I don't-
content.
I mean,
Look,
I'm
you,
just
might,
saying
that.
you might be thinking, hey, Mark, this is great news. It can save lives. And
what
I'm
if we
sure-
build robot versions of ourselves? Then we could have 2 shows, and we'll see which one's funnier.
Okay.
Quick side note: I have been AI is not far along because for years, 2 years now,
What are
I've
you
been trying to
talking
figure out how to deep fake us, right? Take an episode of the show and make us a different person. And
Everyone's firing people.
Can I be Mr. T?
Engineers are getting fired left and right.
I tried to do it the other day, and I turned out pretty inbred. I mean, maybe I'm
Okay,
not
well,
good at it, but
you're-
I
yeah,
don't think
you're-
the technology is there.
People, it's there. And look, you might be thinking this is great news because this can save lives, and I'm sure it will be able to, and that is great news. But the jobs, what jobs will it be left? Seriously, they're taking doctors' jobs, every driving job, our jobs, teller. What jobs are going to be left?
Lawyers are gone.
If your lawyers are gone, if you can use AI for free, why would you pay a human? It doesn't make
A lot
any
of
sense.
stuff, a lot of shit's gonna change, and
It
I mean,
seems like AI is great for anyone, like we said at the top, that has generational wealth, enough wealth to not work. If you don't need to work for a living, AI seems like it's something you should support. If you're retired and you saved up enough money, good on you. And you know, AI seems
Hold
like
on, Mark.
if
To
you're
Pat's
not,
dad's
if you're
point,
the 75 to 80% of the people that aren't in that boat, you're fucked. What is what's
Yeah,
going to
but
happen?
Our
it
social
affects all of
system
us, so
is
it's like-
pretty kind. Our social system is pretty kind, and I feel like the people with the power and the wealth, they take care
Right.
of
You're
the
being
people
sarcastic.
without the power. No, we're fucked. Are you
Yeah, we're
fucking
fucked.
kidding
We're
me?
so fucked.
It-
We're
well,
so
right, but, like,
fucked.
combine
right,
wealth
but,
disparity
like,
with
you know,
AI. The
Yeah.
people who have the jobs to give,
We're so fucked.
who are selfish,
Hey,
not
maybe-
wanting
yeah,
to
maybe-
give them.
You know that's going to happen. Look, those selfish entities will always exist, but everything evolves, and so it's like there's going to be new opportunities that are created out of the AI.
Oh, totally. Yeah, maybe there's going
Pocket
to be
holders.
maybe there's going to be 66 million high-paying jobs that'll
No,
pop
not
up for this.
66 million, but there's going to be ways to thrive in the AI future for
Sure.
human beings.
Sure, there will be for a few of us, or maybe there will be some sort of universal basic income, even though the government has $0.
Right. No, that the government running out of oil,
So
dollars.
we can't do universal
and
basic
all
income,
the
even though
rest
we
of it. That's
desperately,
bad. That's not
desperately need to.
bad timing.
It's okay.
Bad timing.
I'll tell you
Bad
what.
timing.
Yeah, it's
Why
bad
you should
timing.
be afraid is this right here. Okay, so we're talking about the people with generational wealth. Largely, that's not the people that we know that are lawyers. And
No.
in our tax
Or
bracket,
doctors. Doctors
well,
are gone.
doctors
lawyers are
is
No, they're
doctors
usually
doctors
like
is out of our
wealthy, you know?
doctors is out of
Well,
our
not
tax
usually,
bracket,
but a lot of
to be
times.
honest. How many doctors do you know? I know one.
Couple.
I know 17 lawyers, right? Like
Well, it
lawyers
just
is like
depends on who you know. And I know probably more lawyers than doctors too. I know a few doctors.
what,
more-
3
more
years of law
lawyers.
school, 12 years of medical school. There is a difference there. My point is, lawyers make
bills.
cash. They make cash, bro. That's our richest profession in our little range.
It's
the
gone.
lawyers, and they're gone.
It's not
It's gone.
gone.
They're gone.
There go those bar
Definitely
tabs,
cut
Willie.
down.
They're all
Did
gone.
you guys see? Speaking of AI, did you see how good the quarterly reports were for Amazon, Microsoft,
'Cause they don't have to pay
and
people now.
Meta? It was all because of AI, because they cut all their workers and automated so much stuff.
Unionize.
It's not
Wow,
good.
man.
Look, I'm
And so it's funny, like people are cheering it on because it's like great quarterly results, but it's like,
well,
yeah, but it's because they fucking cut like a third of their workforce.
not everyone owns stocks. Yeah, it's not.
For
It's
AI,
not. It's not good
you
for
know?
the common
like-
person at all. Look, I'm ranting and delaying into my transition here to my other news story in this segment for good reason. I clearly think the AI is a threat to humans and their jobs, but maybe there's a group of humans that can rise up and help us. A group of people that might be able to trick the AI algorithm. Eric, we're not going to use this part for social cut downs, by the way. While the AI is studying Mensa members to figure out how humans tick, maybe we can lean on some Down syndrome people to lead the human revolution. You with me?
I like it.
You with me? See,
Yeah.
and I'd say,
Strong.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's even like Mark, because you're onto something.
they're like,
because
what's this person thinking about?
even the shirt patterns throw the AI off. It
Yeah.
can't recognize you if you wear a funny pattern shirt.
Wait, are you saying that we should
So
have
if
the
you had a
computer
different
study
pattern of
people with
thinking
Down
or
syndrome?
speech,
No, don't tell them that. I'm saying the computers aren't going to study people with Down syndrome. So the Down syndrome people are going to be able to fool the computers, is what I'm saying. And I'd say they're actually very capable, right? They're extremely friendly. Like I said at the top of the show, they're happy, outgoing people that I would follow if they were leading the revolution. I got no problem with that. And the reason I bring it up is because April has been a big month of first for the Down syndrome community. We have to talk about some news. First up, Mattel has announced its first ever Down syndrome Barbie. That's coming out. And the Down syndrome Barbie is shorter than the other Barbies, has a longer torso. The doll has other distinctive features, including a rounder face, smaller ears, a flat nasal bridge, and eyes that are slightly slanted and almond-shaped. They also gave the doll a single line on her palm, which I guess is a characteristic of Down syndrome people. They only have one line on the palm. Even the outfit is representative, as the new Barbie wears orthotics, which are like medical shoes that Down syndrome people wear to support their feet and ankles. The doll also sports a dress in shades of yellow and blue, the colors used to raise awareness of Down syndrome, and wears a Barbie pink necklace with a pendant of the lucky few symbol, which is 3 upward chevrons representing 3 copies of the 21st chromosome. That's their slogan, the lucky few. Mattel worked closely with the National Down Syndrome Society to make sure that the Barbie was accurate and representative of the Down syndrome community. Yeah.
nice.
Did anyone else see this Barbie and be like, "Oh man, that's like a Barbie I could actually date"? Like I get
The
it. Like,
Barbie's not bad looking.
Dude,
I didn't
Down
see the
syndrome Barbie
hand thing.
looks more like a real woman than real.
That's my point. That's my point. I didn't see the hand thing, but like it just looks like a normal human.
Yeah,
not,
but does
you know,
the
not-
other-
not that
does the-
someone with Down syndrome?
Does
isn't
the
a
other
normal human,
Barbie have a bunch of lines on her palm, or did they just like put up line on this Barbie's
but-
palm?
No, they
I
don't
think
fuck.
it's
No,
no line.
smooth, man.
Yeah,
smoothest hand
It's
job
like
you'll ever
kids'
get.
nipples, no,
Yeah.
nothing at all.
Look, representation is extremely important. Good on Mattel.
That's good.
I say way to go on this one.
It's like the
Unfortunately,
Victoria's Secret model who was
Yeah.
actually super hot.
She is super
with
hot.
Down syndrome.
Yeah. Would. And look, unfortunately for people with Down syndrome, they're also represented with a bad first earlier this month. That's a good first. This one's a bad one. The first gang member with Down syndrome was arrested for double homicide recently, and he looks
Oh,
like
that's
this.
horrible, man. That's so sad.
Yeah. Nicholas Smush, that's his nickname. Samudio, I wonder why they call him Smush, was arrested in Chicago on suspicion of 2 separate homicides within 10 days.
no.
Yeah,
Oh,
Smush
man.
is also allegedly a member, I should say, of the Latin Kings. Very progressive of the Kings. Anyone that wants to kill can join. We don't care. You just need to kill.
All inclusive. Yeah. As long as you're
I hate this story so much.
I know,
Yeah, it's terrible.
It's awful. It's awful. Look, again, if they're capable of murder, maybe they could lead the revolution. Police say Samudio shot and killed a 28-year-old driver on February 16th on Interstate 55 near Chicago's Bridgeport neighborhood. Potentially, they said, in a fit of road rage. His buddy and fellow gang member Moses Maldonado was in the car with him, and I think Moses eggs this guy on a lot. The victim Humberto Marin Garcia was driving with his pregnant wife and 2 young children when he was shot. The wife was able to stop the car, and her and the kids were unharmed, luckily, but Humberto was just dead in the car when she got the car to stop. So that's not good. 10 days later, authorities claim Smush fatally shot another man in the North Lawndale neighborhood area. Moses Maldonado was again with him and probably egging him on as they were cruising around in the stolen Chrysler 300 that Moses probably made him steal when they saw a man walking in an outfit that they thought was wearing a rival gang colors or outfit to the Latin Kings. Turns out it was a miss. That was a miss. He wasn't a gang member, but they shot him. They got out of the car and shot and killed the man. It turns out Thomas Villa is not a gang member. Whoops. And then police then chased the pair of murderers in the stolen car. Then they got out on foot and couldn't run fast and eventually got tackled. And both men are held without bond. Samudio had his first court appearance a few weeks ago. So there you go.
Talk about a real piece of shit is the partner of the guy who has Down syndrome in the gang.
Using the Down syndrome guy as muscle as the enforcer. That's fucked up.
That's tough. I mean, all-inclusive Latin Kings, but also that's a bad policy.
Right. At first you're like, oh, cool. Very progressive of you, Latin Kings.
Smush will do it.
Right. But then you realize, no, that's a predatory policy what they're doing with that. Yeah.
Maybe you stay home, Smush. Play Nintendo. We'll go gangbang.
So that was a tough. 2 big news stories. It was a tough spin there for me. I'm a little bit sick in the head and also physically sick right now. So that was tried to get it in there with the. I
like your idea. I like your idea.
They could trick the AI.
Unconventionalism, being able to get past the AI.
Yeah,
I think
there's something in there.
There's something there. Yeah.
Somewhere in the insensitivity, there's something in there.
It's an idea.
Yeah.
Let's just keep working on it.
Yeah,
see what comes. See what comes.
Doesn't have to be Down syndrome. Doesn't have to be Down syndrome, people. Could be.
I mean, the more we talk about how we're going to eventually overcome the machines with our organic power, the more likely we are to make it happen one day. So I like workshopping it.
Yeah, we're workshopping it.
That's true. I do want it. It would be sick to have a society where we big up, like your most loyal homie. Like, there's the loyal to a fault guy.
Yes,
right.
That's Smush.
Right. We should have a society where we elevate those guys, treat them like kings for a couple years, because ultimately we're gonna have to tell them that the robots are coming for us, and then see what they do. You know what I mean? Like they could be like martyrs, like human martyrs that go and try to take out as many as
you're
possible.
Like talking about like training kamikaze. I'm
talking about suicide bombers. I'm talking about suicide bombers. That's what I'm talking about.
Frontline guys.
So there you go, guys.
Operation Human Shield.
Yep.
I want to take it to Alabama, where things are right as rain. I'm kidding. Things are fucked up in Alabama, especially in the Ashford, Alabama girls softball league. Now, this is AAU softball. I didn't know AAU started at age 8, but apparently it does.
Man.
These girls got some lasers on them, Pat. You got to see them. You got to see these girls.
Right.
It's all about paying.
Exactly. They want to get you in the system.
Yeah.
Now, or they could be elite. I don't know, Mark. I am curious. I know how baseball goes. It goes T-ball, right? To coach pitch or machine pitch, depending on where you live, to kid pitch, right? It's soft. Do they have T-ball for softball? Or I feel like if you're
there's
baseball.
Yes, there's T. I mean, T-ball is usually combined. T-ball is a softball usually, so it's like T-ball. Then you split off to like coach pitch softball or coach pitch baseball. Then it's like the same path, I think, pretty much.
So 8-year-olds or second graders, they're coach pitch. So this might be where you split, right? The first time you're seeing a live ball in action, and you're hitting it with.
I loved coach pitch, man. They give you some. But did you ever remember when a coach would fucking give you shitty pitches? Like from
but did they would do that intentionally, or they were just? It's a lot of pressure.
I got sucked into a rabbit hole earlier this week on a TikTok live, and it was just like the wife of a men's league softball player in Salem, Oregon, broadcasting their game from behind home plate, and it was like big dudes like this scoring. It was like 23-22 a softball every 6 runs, just smashing slow pitch softballs. It was awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome.
It was great, man.
It was cranking them.
There's something really cool about just that sport is fantastic. I feel like baseball and softball is one of the most watchable sports, especially for like high school or little league level just to walk up and pick up a game, right? It's just it's a fun, watchable sport. There's no doubt about it. Hey, real quick aside before we get into the meat of this story, I just want to point out that our Herndon Hornets, who Hard Factor sponsored, they beat the shit out of those rich kids over there at McLean.
Get out of here, McLean. Get out of here.
6-2. We got a long haul if we want to do some damage in the regionals, which comes up in 2 weeks. Because look, our record's not that great, but we got a chance.
We got to start winning because we need to bring some of the playoff games into our home so that people can see the Hard Factor sign. We got to get on a streak here.
That's a big win, though. McLean, although not in our district, well, they might be now, but very close to us.
Talk about the coaching
as the crow flies.
McLean High School, guys. It's one of the richest high schools in America. Okay,
it's got to
be. And Herndon. Pretty wealthy high school, but when you talk about Fairfax County, we're in the working class. We're in the back.
Oh, okay? Dude, McLean's like they're all big houses, big houses.
Herndon
houses,
constantly voted most affordable city in Northern Virginia.
That's true. Yeah, you think Reston's nice? Where Wes is from? Forget about it. Wes's family wishes they could get into McLean.
Oh, McLean makes Reston look like Haiti.
Yeah, and they're the Dominicans.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, I'm sorry. Back to softball. Okay, so there's a coach in softball. I guess 8-year-olds are getting coach pitch. And coach pitch is always dope, man. But I'll tell you what, like I think the highest stress position in any all of sports is
Catcher?
the batting practice pitcher during home run derby.
Yeah.
Like have you ever thrown at a home run derby like with your buddies? Like it's so much stress, bro, to try to throw
because that's what I'm saying. You got to be so consistent, because if you fuck up and you give somebody an inconsistent pitch, then it's not fair. So it's like that's the bad part about coach pitch.
Is coach pitch? Is it your coach pitch to your team?
Exactly. Yep.
So if your coach is he's the most valuable player on the team, you could go undefeated if your coach is the best coach pitcher.
But what if your coach is only pitching meatballs to his kid and he's making everybody?
Well, no, then you're going to lose. I'm saying if he does it to the whole team, though,
it's a shitty coach.
Yeah, that's a bad coach.
Right. Well, it's 45 feet.
That happens a lot.
So it's pretty easy to just hammer it in there as a strike. But anyway, look, guys, there's a softball coach in Ashford, Alabama. His name is Chase Carnley, and Chase ended up in a wheelchair following a car accident about 6 years ago. Chase,
that's terrible.
I don't know his exact age, but he looks to be about our age. Maybe he's middle 30s, early. He's in his 30s somewhere.
His upper body's in the 30s. His legs are in the 90s.
Yeah, arrested development. But look.
Or I guess he could go younger.
He's the coach.
I'm on a roll.
I don't know if it's his kid.
His legs look like a fifth grade. Look like the girls.
That's not the point.
Look like the young girls.
Haven't you done enough this episode, Mark? Like this. Okay, so I don't know if he's got a kid on the team or not, or if he's just volunteering. But he's showing up every day for these little girls, right? And he's on the team and he's pitching for them. But I guess something happened as of late, and I'm going to let you guys speculate as to what exactly happened, but someone went and dug a rule up, okay, about Chase, specifically related to his ability to pitch, which was not impacted. He could pitch fine. He pitches great. He's a great coach pitcher. But whether or not he could legally pitch. So I'm going to play a news clip.
What?
I'm going to play a news clip.
Oh, my God.
I'm going to play a news clip.
Dude, what kind of sick parent is looking shit up about that?
It's fucked up. These are 8-year-olds, dude. So here we go. This is a little bit of a longer news clip, but it's jam packed. You're gonna hear from Chase. Try not to cry when you hear from him.
Being told he cannot pitch to his team because he is in a wheelchair. News 4's Will Polston caught up with local coaches about their opinions on this issue.
I enjoy coaching.
That's Chase.
It's just very unfortunate that I'm not able to get out there just because I'm in a chair.
Oh my God.
Team lead, be ready.
In fact, he typically pitches to his 8U softball team in Ashford. But last week, that was taken from him when he was told that he could no longer pitch by Dixie Softball.
We have other coaches that obviously can pitch, but, it encouraged me to get out there and be able to pitch to those girls, and them girls believe in me enough to get out there and give them that best position to succeed.
He had the best
According to the Dixie Softball president, Obi Evans, Carnley is not allowed to pitch for the safety of other players. He also states that there is no specific rule that addresses a wheelchair, but safety is of the utmost importance.
But fuck him.
Ashford City Attorney Bart Booth released a statement regarding the matter, saying that they understand his desire to be on the field, but the safety risk to the players and coach is not one that they are comfortable taking.
What's he going to run these girls over in a wheelchair? What are they talking about?
I'm not able to get out there and pitch. I feel like it's my given right to wheelchair or no wheelchair to be able to do so.
And though the support is coming from many people, those opposed are not shying away. One parent stated his opinion to me through social media. They said Carnley being in a wheelchair provides an unfair advantage for his team.
Look, I get that he can't walk and all, and that's sad, but you've got to look at the facts. This guy's throwing motion is coming in at a lower angle than normal coaches. There is no downward movement on the ball. Also, the chair makes him crazy consistent. It's like he's a pitching machine. It gives his girls an unfair advantage.
That's exactly what I was saying.
That's what they said. When I informed the parent of the reasons others are outraged, they responded saying,
God.
This is AAU, man. These girls are the best of the best second graders in the region. If we let this guy pitch and he can't even will himself out of the way of a frozen rope, what are we teaching out girls? Also, no one seems to be talking about what kind of carnage we might see if he tries to cover home on a pass ball while one of our girls is stealing home. Now we have two people that can't walk.
For now, it is unclear if the league will flip the decision to allow Coach Carnley back on the field. And Asher Polston,
it's obviously
your
Pat.
hometown news leader.
Yeah, the second one. Now we got two people that can't walk. Dude,
Think about it.
The comments are roasting poor Chase, man. Stand up for Chase. He throws awesome cutters. Then he's got an awesome slider. Jack was saying that he's got too much arc, which is like it's the unfair advantage.
No, but Pat, is that really the reason? Because his girls were smashing people with his pitch.
No, straight up, the reason is this: they made up a fucking rule, as you heard. So I'm gonna play you the actual comments from parents, which are almost as nasty as the ones I made up there. But no, dude, someone fucking dug this shit up. I don't know if you missed it, but the commissioner essentially said, "Well, there's no rule specifically about being in a wheelchair. We just don't like it." Okay, so essentially
we have to explain to the girls about wheelchairs now.
I guess they're saying he can't get out of the way of a play.
Yes, he can. He's got a glove. They're not going to beam him.
They're
got a glove.
fucking 8, dude. At first, when I saw this,
no one's going to injure him, and he's not going to roll over anyone. I think it's because they don't want to tell the girls why he's in a wheelchair, and it's because half of the time the pitcher has to go retrieve the ball, and it's going to slow the game down. I think it's literally because they don't want to slow the game down and look at this guy.
Do you want to hear the actual comments from the parents? Okay, so these are the actual comments from the parents that were run on the news.
It's just not fair to the kids if he is not able to get off the field fast enough for the other teams to make a play. That makes it a not fair game.
What does that even mean?
All I've got to say is life isn't fair sometimes, and that's just how it is. That's for both sides of the situation. I do think he's trying to make it about him and his wheelchair, but it's way bigger than that.
I swear to God, that's the actual. That's the actual
no
comments. I swear to God, those are the actual comments. How fucked up is that shit, dude? How fucked up is that shit?
I mean, it's insane of the other parents. Like, who the fuck looks up, reports a guy for trying to get involved in his child's life in a wheelchair?
Josh,
right, exactly. How fucking dare you, dude?
The rage is real. Josh brings up a good point. What's up with all this rage? He goes, "What is it? A transgender wheelchair?"
It's so funny you said that, Josh. This is middle of bumfuck Alabama, and a lot of the arguments on social media were, "We're letting boys dress up as girls and girls dress up as boys, and we can't let this man in a wheelchair
men use their wheelchairs now."
Dude, what the fuck? I mean,
what have we become?
Who do you have to be?
Chase would have just dragged himself around. He wouldn't have had a wheelchair. He'd just drag himself around on the floor.
Yeah. Who the fuck?
Maybe if we get him something to prop his elbow up on and he gets out of the chair, he can throw it like this.
Dude, they're fucking 8, man. Look, on the real tip, someone came to a couple games, okay, and they saw it and they started thinking to themselves, I don't know. I don't know if I like this. I don't know if I like this. Someone also brought up a point.
Look at all that metal on. Look at all that metal on the diamond. You telling me that metal ain't gonna cause a problem?
He's throwing it too perfect.
One level up, okay, is machine pitch, and the machine pitch is not gas powered; it's electrical powered. So they drag a fucking extension cord over the third baseline to power the machine pitch.
Right? Yeah, that's
right. Like, and they're not concerned about like the fucking machine pitch not getting off the. I mean, like he's not going to go for a play.
It's not a safety issue. They don't want his ass out there.
Well, don't they have a catcher? Don't they have a? I mean,
yeah.
There's a catcher. It's usually a parent.
Catcher too. That's okay. So a parent at home is going to be the catcher and not him. Not going to go for the play at home.
They're 8, dude.
But how does coach pitch work? Yeah, exactly. Does
coach
the pitch,
pitch, so they have to make their best effort to catch the ball if it's hit at them, right? And
or
their
if
best
it
effort to
rolls
field
to
the ball.
them.
Yeah, exactly.
But he's got to admit
that's where the advantage comes in. Is if all half of the girls just end up hitting it close to the pitcher, they're all going to be safe. No, they're all going to make it. They're all going to be safe because he's pitching to his team, right? So he's pitching to his team, not the other team, correct?
He's pitching to his team, yes.
So what they're saying is he's going to pitch to his team. 90% of these 8-year-olds hit dribblers, and he's not going to get to them. So they're all the game is going to go on for fucking ever. That's the whole point. They don't want him out there because he's not going to field the ball and he's not going to throw these girls out.
It's so much bigger than that. It's so much bigger.
Have you ever seen a little league softball field, bro? It's like if you're a grown man in a wheelchair, and Chase looks pretty athletic, like you can figure it out, bro. Like have you ever seen murder ball? Like if you want to be fielding those fucking balls, you can do better than the 8-year-olds. That's my point.
I watched the guy beat Howard Stern 6-0 in tennis, the number 2 wheelchair tennis guy. He was a beast. But I mean, Chase is a new wheelchair guy. He's athletic. He's gonna get there. But these people just don't want him out there. That's what.
Yeah, it's insane. I think Stephen C had a great theory in the chat that
someone's wife pity fucked him, says Stephen C.
Damn.
Could be. Well, guys, I got great news for you. So that story
she checked to see if it worked, and it did.
That story ran 5 days ago, and I'll be dead honest with you. I wouldn't be surprised if the fucking news made up those comments, because I went through about 900 comments on 7 different stories, and every single one of them was positive, except for the ones that were also putting down kids who might have gender dysphoria. But yeah, they were all supportive of Chase, and Chase has been reinstated and is currently able to pitch, mostly because lots of tags to the American Civil Liberties Union and the American Disabled People.
Well, and the cuck who complained about him has to watch Chase pitch, and that's
he's gonna get so drunk at those games in the stands.
Dude, imagine being the guy that tells Chase, because there really wasn't a reason. There wasn't a rule against it. They said it was for safety.
Oh, we got to play Coach Sparky's team today.
Safety. They said safety.
It gets so inappropriate.
Yeah.
You know he's going to ask.
You need some oil, Coach? Go get the ball.
Hey, Chase, can you wheel over here for a second? I got something to talk to you about.
You need some oil in those wheels.
Hey, Chase, that's gonna have to be your last inning.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Why? Look, we've been there's not a rule about it exactly, okay, but there's been some concerns that the commissioner of the league also
don't like
hates cripples, and we're it's for the safety, Chase. When they said that, I literally I tried to look up. Believe it or not, there's no videos like this, but I tried to look up high-speed softballs hitting wheelchairs to see if there was like a ricochet effect that they were concerned about.
An 8-year-old can't even do it. So
it doesn't blast the ball. Yeah,
they didn't want him out there.
They didn't want him out there.
But he's back. Chase
is back.
Chase
is back. Good for Chase, and honestly, good for that little town that would have gotten their fucking pantsuit off. It would have ruined everyone's time because that little league would have been goddamn out of business.
You don't want to mess with wheelchair people. That's a bad idea.
Yeah, I thought we got over that. Didn't we take care of that in the 1970s when people with disabilities had a civil rights movement?
The Disabilities Act, yeah.
Anyway, guys, let's move the fuck on to the end of the show. Let's get the wheel up. See who's on tomorrow.
Let me get that wheel.
Let's get that wheel up.
While you're doing that, I'm gonna look and see how Herndon is doing on Max Preps.
They got to the state finals last year, and I was doing a little Twitter research on them.
We lost a pitcher.
A star. Yeah, we lost our best pitcher. No, and this season I think he was supposed to play, but I think he got injured, and they put up a big post about him. Like, he's done so much for the program, and it's like, yeah, he took us to state finals last year. You know what I mean? Like, so I think that's a problem. When you lose, that's a problem. When you lose your best player.
Here we go.
Who's on high five?
Oh, I think it's Pat.
Yeah, I think it is Pat.
I believe it's me.
Me or you, Will, for
7 and they're 7 and 8 right now, 3 and 4 in the region, 5th in the Liberty District. Dude, something really interesting. They played my old high school in New Jersey at a tournament down there at the beach.
Ooh,
and they got their pants beat off. But
damn,
it's okay.
Last year was our year.
Last year was our year, boys. Look, we got some games coming up. We got some important games coming up for Herndon High School baseball.
All right, ye old schlong. You're right. I will start. I just got the chords today. This is a Twitch comment. Ye old schlong says
we can't have your crew rushing us, Will.
Some Destiny / Zelda. I'm gonna get on here. I just got the chords today.
Yeah, well,
we can't have your gang of Destiny guys forcing us to wrap the show up. Yeah,
no, not tonight. I'm
hey,
saying
Hard Factor guys, can Will come out and play?
Yeah, that's what I'm. Yeah, the old schlong.
It's in the works. All right, who is going to be the cup of coffee in the big time for Friday's episode? That's what we're about to find out.
Playoffs start May 12th.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like me. Coffee.
Marv.
There you have it. Well, guys, God is good. All is right in Alabama, and Chase is throwing fucking stuff to 8-year-old girls from his wheelchair. Thank the Lord. Throwing junk. Try to hit that, Missy.
Yeah.
You think I go easy on these girls? Who said I go easy on these girls?
Good luck catching the sight line with all this metal glaring at you.
There's no movement on the ball. It's just it's direct. It's like a line drive. It's unfair.
Dude, the other dad's gonna be the funniest part, man.
Oh yeah.
Brought some oil for the Tin Man.
Hey, in all seriousness,
playing them again. Fuck.
Take a fucking able-bodied dad. Go out there and try to pitch strikes to any 8-year-old, and then figure out what fucking Chase is doing. You think Chase isn't worried about looking like an asshole throwing shitty stuff out there from the wheelchair? He's so concerned about that,
also,
but he still gets out there and fucking.
He just wants to help his team out.
I know.
I don't know if you guys noticed in the clip, but the backup coach throwing the pitches, he was so disappointed in his pitches. Like he was shaking his head.
He didn't want to be there
immediately because
they worked it out before the season started. He said, "You're the head coach. You're pitching. I'm more of a backup guy. I got the whistle and the board." Anyway,
it worked out. It worked itself out.
It worked out. Anyway, guys, I want you to get out there and have a great fucking day.